What's happening, YouTube? Jonathan Perriente, the Education 10 here, coming at you guys with another video. I want to ask you guys to please continue to check and subscribe to my channel for more YouTube videos. And well, Sunday is right around the corner, and you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, the NFL playoffs continue, and now we're at the final speed bump before the Vince Lombardi Trophy and Super Bowl 54. The AFC and NFC title game. And boy, do we have two exciting championship games coming up on Sunday to set up what could be an incredible and classic Super Bowl 54. We have the AFC Championship game, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tennessee Titans. We have the Green Bay Packers and the Niners for the NFC title game. Both games will be classics. Both games will be Sunday. First, the AFC title game between the Titans and the Chiefs will be at 3 o'clock on CBS. Then the Packers and the 49ers from Levi's Stadium in the Bay Area of San Francisco. That will be at 6:40 on Fox. And it will be just a nice battle of four great quarterbacks. You have Ryan Tannehill for the Titans versus Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs. For the Packers, you have Aaron Rodgers. And for the 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo. And really an incredible road for each of these teams, how they got here. Let's start with the AFC side. The Tennessee Titans, the surprise 6 seed that blew through every single team. Started off slowly, but towards the end of the year, beat the Texans to get their final wild card spot to get in. Then beat New England in the wild card game. Blew through the Ravens to win the divisional playoff game. And now face the Chiefs in the title game for the AFC Championship. And I'll tell you what, no team has done what the Titans have, beating 3 consecutive division winners, including the Texans at the end of the year. If they can beat 4 in a row, this will be one of the greatest roads to the Super Bowl I think any NFL team has ever gone through in history. They beat literally a legend in Brady. They beat a newcomer in Lamar Jackson. And, they beat a Texans team that had backups. Deshaun Watson had played, who knows. But if they get by Mahomes, that really deserves respect. They've had a great year with Derrick Henry, and we're going to see what they can do. The Chiefs, well, Patrick Mahomes at the helm, Andy Reid, just a legendary group that Mahomes has got around him with Tyreek Hill, with a very solid receiving core, and Travis Kelce. You really just love what the Chiefs have been able to do with this group. And, they've learned a lot from the team they were a couple years ago to the 2017 team till now, before Mahomes took the helm as the starter. On the NFC side, Aaron Rodgers, the ageless wonder he's been, just continuing to play at the top of his game. Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, Jimmy Graham, just solid 3 that Rodgers can get the ball to, a solid receiving core, a solid running game. And Matt LaFleur, as a first-year coach, has done a tremendous job really helping guide this Green Bay team as well, along with Rodgers, back to the championship game. The 49ers, well, Kyle Shanahan turned around a Niners team from about a middle-of-the-road team last year to now a perennial powerhouse going into the NFC title game. Jimmy Garoppolo last week played in his very first playoff game in the divisional playoff. Didn't have to play his greatest game, but did enough to win. Tevin Coleman ran for over 100 yards. George Kittle was George Kittle, had some big catches in the game. And just the Niners defense, led by Nick Bosa, just completely shut the Vikings down. If that doesn't scare you as an opponent, I don't know what will. But right now, the 49ers with Jimmy Garoppolo look like a very legitimate threat, and showing you why they were the most dangerous team in the NFL and how they blew away everyone in the NFC West. But now we have to get to the verdicts. Who will win the championship games and who will advance to the Super Bowl? Let's begin first with the AFC title game. And let's get it up. Here we go. Let's begin with the AFC title game, the Chiefs and the Titans. Familiar matchup this has been if you're a Kansas City fan. 3 years ago, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Titans played against one another in the playoffs. It was in Arrowhead. This game will be in Arrowhead as well. And a lot of things happened in that game. Well, first you had Alex Smith was playing at the time. Patrick Mahomes was drafted in 2017, but was sitting behind Smith to learn the system, eventually took over the next year. The Tennessee Titans had Marcus Mariota, still relatively couple years in the league at the time, and was pretty much their star up until this year, where he just was turning over the ball and Ryan Tannehill took the helm. But Derrick Henry was on that crew in 2017, still the prolific running back he is now. And I'll tell you what, both these teams have a lot of history between each other when it comes to playoffs and just playing each other in the regular season as well. But then the turning point happened. After the Chiefs took the early score, Travis Kelce then got hurt. He did not return for the rest of the game, and in the end, the Tennessee Titans came all the way back to win the game 22-21. They then met again in the regular season, and again, it was in Tennessee, though, this time, but the Titans came away with a 35-32 win, defeating Patrick Mahomes back on November 10th. The Chiefs have been a better team since that loss. And now when it comes to this coming title game, I think it's finally time for Patrick Mahomes to take the Chiefs to the promised land, the Super Bowl. And I predict the Chiefs in Arrowhead will knock off the Titans in their mighty Cinderella run. It will be the Chiefs winning 28-24. A late touchdown by Patrick Mahomes to Tyreek Hill will seal the game, as Mahomes will throw for 297 yards. He'll throw for 3 touchdowns, and the Chiefs will go all the way to the Super Bowl and finish it off. And now we set up to the NFC title game, the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. So, Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy Garoppolo. Classic battle of quarterbacks. I said very solid teams. You have George Kittle. For the Niners, you have Raheem Mostert. You have Tevin Coleman. You have Deebo Samuel. A lot of weaponry there. Aaron Rodgers. You have Aaron Jones. You have Devontae Adams. You have Jimmy Graham. And just other receivers that Rodgers can get the ball to as well, playing under Matt LaFleur in his very first year. You have on the other end with the Niners under Kyle Shanahan, just an incredible run for them. And with Nick Bosa at the helm leading that defense, it's such a scary team. But at the end of the day, these two teams will battle on Sunday, and only one can go to the Super Bowl. And I've had a lot of trouble picking a winner out of this one. This is going to be a very close game. This is really a toss-up for me. Really, either one of these teams, I think, can pull off an incredible victory and move on to the Super Bowl. But only one can get there. And you know what? I think we need to have a Super Bowl that all of the world deserves. And with this being the 54th Super Bowl, and we're in the 100th year of the NFL, I could think of no better than to have a rematch of Super Bowl I. You better believe it. I predict Green Bay will beat the Niners in Levi's Stadium. I predict Rodgers will have the biggest game of his career. He will throw for 4 touchdown passes, will throw for 375 yards. The Packers will win this game. It will be close. It will come down to a late field goal by Mason Crosby. They will beat the Niners 41-38. You heard it here. We will have a Chiefs-Packers Super Bowl rematch of the very first one that began the saga of the Super Bowl. And you know what? You can't ask for really anything better. A perfect matchup. A changing of the guard battle. Rodgers at 36 years old, kind of at the latter end of his career. You have Patrick Mahomes, just 24 years old, breaking into the league, really showcasing how he could be maybe the next great one to carry the NFL for the next 10 years. Both sides, you have coaches that are also kind of on the opposite sides of this as well. Andy Reid, a longtime coach, looking for his very first Super Bowl, has struggled for years to get there. Matt LaFleur, a rookie, his very first very first appearance in a championship game of this magnitude. So who comes out of this? For me, I say it's going to be Green Bay, and I think we're in for a very classic battle, and to have basically a rematch of a classic Super Bowl battle, you can't ask for anything more. NFC and AFC title games are this Sunday, and we will find out who gets to go to Miami to play in Super Bowl 54. Jonathan Perriente, The Education 10, saying bye for now.